It's day one of my Camino. I started at St John Pied de Port in France, and I've ended up in Roncesvalles in Spain. The journey itself is 25 kilometers. And let's be honest, it's been absolutely amazing. It is the toughest leg of the Camino. It's 25 kilometers. There are various places we go to along the route. In reality, the first 20 kilometers is an ascent. You start at St John, and then the first refuge stroke cafe stroke hotel is called Horizon. Then you continue up and you have one or more of the things. Then you get to the cross, which is the cross Thibault, and then beyond the cross you have a few more kilometers, and then you start a descent for the last kilometers into Roncesvalles, or Roncesvalles if you're French. Let's be honest, it's very difficult. It's extremely difficult because today it is now August. The weather is around about 27 degrees. It's been hot all the time. For me, I decided to set off at 7 o'clock in the morning to avoid the majority of the heat. And it worked, but the problem is literally the heat kicks in about 10 o'clock. So you can now see that we have, against the weather, against the ascent, because it reaches approximately 1,400 meters from above ground level. And then you're constantly up. There are long walks across the tip of the mountain. You'll see, obviously I'm going to use these pictures. There are some amazing views. The views themselves, across the mountains, you can see it starts off in the morning in the mist. You continue with the mist, and then the mist drops, and then it's just pure daylight. You can see for miles, absolutely miles. And the good thing is that although I was informed that it's extremely busy, it is busy, but I've also been informed that the weekends themselves are more locals who do family trips, or they do one or two trips just for the day trip, maybe the weekend. And then the actual pilgrims themselves is a small number in the summer. I've heard a rumour of around about 150 a day. So you realise when it's just the pilgrims themselves of 150 a day, when it goes up into October where it's 500 a day, the numbers which are produced each year are around about 400,000, but not all of those are completed these, so it becomes an amazing place. So where am I now? I'm in the monastery in Roncesvalles. I'm overlooking my room. I'm outside my room here. There is approximately 200 beds in the monastery. It's remarkably clean. It's remarkably well kept. And the people who either work here or volunteer here are doing a fantastic job. I would highly recommend it. It's 14 euros a night, plus either or both 6 euros for breakfast and 13 euros for dinner. And that's included everything. So, you get a great deal here. And what have we got in the town? The town itself is extremely small, but it has a lot of people coming through. Motorbikers, cyclists, walkers, people on their camper vans. And there's only really two bars, restaurants, plus the hotel. So if you really want to escape of things, this is what you want to see. The whole thing itself is just idyllic. You can look out, you can see, come here, you can see now here, if I do a little panoramic view, maybe I could do that, see how we can do it, to see what we can see here. It's just literally just greenery after greenery after greenery. What have I felt today? Obviously very difficult to start off with. You set yourself off. I was obviously, for me, I paced myself incorrectly in the morning. I rushed up the hill, I struggled a little bit, and then luckily I recouped. I managed to get myself on track. I got up, I've hydrated, I carried plenty of food because I had pre-warned me I had plenty of food. And most importantly, it was about just determination, because the emotions you go through is as you're going up, you're feeling tired, you're feeling fatigue. And then what you do, end of it, you get to a little dip or a little flat section, and that flat section becomes a little bit of relief, a sense of relief. But when you reach that top of that 20, when you're descending 5 kilometers down, the smile just couldn't come out of me. You know, you're going downhill all the time, 5 kilometers downhill to the center of town. And when you reach the town itself, you know, you sit there and you're so emotional. It's amazing. It really is. So where am I tomorrow? Obviously, so I've now met a few people. I'm in my room, well, I'm in my dormitory, but they're sectioned off into 4 people. At the moment, it's only me and another person. So it looks like it's okay. And then I've already booked tomorrow's destinations, because tomorrow it is slightly less. The day of the Camino itself on day 1 from San John P. Deport to Roncesvalles is the hardest leg of the entire duration. It's 25 kilometers all the way up. Tomorrow, it's a slightly different story. We're going from Roncesvalles to a place called Zubiri, and it's literally 21.7 kilometers downhill. So hopefully it should be slightly easier tomorrow, and we should be able to enjoy ourselves. But for now, I don't really want to continue days, because I'm now sitting down, relaxing, looking forward to an evening meal, and I will complete this video, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you very much. Bye bye. Bon Camino.